Remember the 5th of November. Fitting that the number 5 is going to be involved in this whole mess. Yup. Guess it's time to get on with all this, shall we? Sup? I'm MegamanNG. I welcome you to my monthly channel update. We're now in November 2025 and this is going to be a struggle. Not just any struggle, but a 5-game struggle. Seriously. 5 different games that I need to get done in a month. I feel like my sanity is being pushed to the brink. But as a content creator, I still have a responsibility to go through, you know? So let's get this operation underway, shall we? Now then, before I get started, I just want to say this. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube, please be sure to do these 5 simple things. Like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell. I always say this at the end of every video, but now I have to say it again at the beginning. Why is that? Simple. Because I want to get this channel growing. I want to put the effort. I really do. At the time of this video's release, more or less, let me see, we're at 46,067 subscribers. I want to keep pushing on in spite of everything that I've endured. Not only that, but the watch time was a major improvement from September. 70% of the watch time is from non-subscribers. The rest of it, you already know. I'm pushing with everything I've got because next year marks my 20th year on this platform. Will I survive? Who knows? Who really knows, honestly? I end it with a simple message. If you watch my stuff on YouTube, but you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. It helps a lot. I always say this many times, seriously. YouTube says that it doesn't help, but to me it does. It shows that you guys care for my channel and my content. It also means a lot, honestly. I care for all of you, and I care for everyone who comments on my videos too. I can't stress enough how important that is, so I hope you can show that support whenever possible. Just know that the only way my journey ends is either when YouTube terminates my account, or I call it quits. Let's only hope that it doesn't happen, believe me. We start with what we've done for the month of October, aka last month. I'm a few days late, but I don't care. I need to get this out of the way sooner rather than later. And also bear in mind what I've done for the month of October will most likely be finished in November. First is Hollow Knight Silksong. I didn't think a game like this would put me through the ringer. Seriously, it did. The game's a tough sort, but it kept me going. I never gave up. I didn't give in. I enjoyed everything the game has to offer and then some. The same can't be said for the viewership for it. Not that I have any complaints with it, since it's something I wanted to do. Trust me, I beat Hollow Knight years ago, and I promise you, I will beat this. Next up is Neptunia Rebirth 2. After finishing the first game, I started up the second and made it all the way to the end of Chapter 4. I stopped because, well, other games got in the way. What can you do? I did it to show my support for a series that needs it. Seriously. Yeah, the games are also on PS4, but I'm doing it on Switch for one reason. To send a message. To show Nintendo of America's executives, especially Doug Bowser, what happens when you leave money on the floor for the sake of your brand. He is such a dimwit, honestly. Next is Super Mario Galaxy. For anyone wondering, I've already finished Mario's side of things. I now have to beat it with Luigi in order to even access the true ending. It's absurd, it's dumb, but necessary. Seriously, it is. But I'm making plenty of progress. It's not all that bad. It's mostly annoying in some ways. If Mario's normal, then Luigi's hard mode. But I'm all for it anyway. Besides, I'm near the end of it, so I will see it through. Next is Pokemon Legends Z-A. I know the whole controversy behind it, and let me tell you, I get it. I know some people don't like the game. I don't blame them. I don't blame them if they feel the game did not meet their expectations. But I'm judging it by my own merits, and I'm doing okay. I'm making progress, and I promise you, I will see it through to the end. Last but not least is Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. I'm saving my feelings about it in the real talk. I didn't get a review code. It was like this last year with Dragon Quest 3. I bought my copy if you're wondering. I'm having fun with the game, and I'm doing what I can to get it done since it's 2 games in 1. All the more reason for me to make sure I see it through. Plus, since I did the HD 2D remake of the 3rd game last year, it continues where it left off. But hey, I'm not afraid to speak from the heart after all. I'm not kidding on that. That's it for the month of October. And I know last month was a doozy, but this month is going to be just as bad, if not worse. Remember what I said, that these 5 games take priority? Well, guess what? They are, and I need to make sure I get it all done. This is going to suck so hard, but that's what you get when your audience is essentially small, but not enough to be sustainable. I'll be talking about it later. First is Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. I started this on All Days Halloween, but I will see the journey through. It's going to be a slow journey, but it won't be that big of a pain at least. I'm going through it carefully since I don't want to screw myself over. But when I do get it done, I promise you that I'll get it done. Besides, it's an RPG, and if you know me, you know that I like to take my time and see it through to the end. RPGs are my comfort food after all. Next is Silksong. Time to get the lowdown. We're in the end game. There's only one part left, and it means heading back into the abyss and finishing it. I already got 100% completion, and that's all I really need. Fortunately for me, I'm making sure that I see everything reach its end. It will not be easy because I gotta fight the final boss. But I promise you, it'll be one journey you do not want to miss. Believe it. Next is Neptunia Rebirth 2. I did say that I put it on hold because of other games. Now there's no excuse. I want to get this done because I've neglected it long enough. Seriously. Oh, and if you're asking, it's a Switch version because I already did a first hour on the PS4 version. I will be returning back to it, but I'm going to focus on trying to get all 9 endings. Will it kill me? Emotionally, yes. But I swear to God, it's going to get ugly for sure. Please support this series by buying the trilogy, especially on Switch. Show Asiasoft that we want more of this. Shoutouts to them for making it possible. For doing what Nintendo could not. Next is Pokemon Legends EA. I didn't forget this, but this is where I get what I get for doing 5 different games at once. I did make some progress, and I'm at rank D. But you know that I'm the kind of guy who will see it through. Will it be a challenge? Yes. Plus, with the help of a friend, I was able to get some more Pokemon, so that counts. Just don't ask me to try to reach level 50 with Mabel's research. To hell with that. All that for a shiny charm? No thanks. Next is Super Mario / Luigi Galaxy. I'm going to get Luigi's side finished. And once I do that, then I get to the true finale. And that's it. I had a lot of fun with this game. But having to beat it twice just to get star number 121 is absurd. It's absurd then, and it's still absurd now. Hopefully when I get this done, I can put it all to rest. Until Super Mario Galaxy 2, and my audience will probably demand that I get all 242 stars. Thankfully, it can be done in one save file, and not beating the game twice. That's what you guys will be getting for the month of November. 5 games, 1 month. I need to get them all done. But knowing how this goes, it's going to be tough. It's going to be rough too. All I ask is for your patience. Nothing more. Normally, I wouldn't talk about sports on this channel. I'm not a sports creator, but I need to let this out because holy moly, what is going on? I thought last season was absurd, but this takes the cake. I mean, really? Bloody really? How does the Giants keep on surprising me in the worst possible way? They are in 4th place in the NFC East. They are that bad. How do you go from winning all 3 games in your preseason and then you crash and burn in a humiliating fashion? Like, you lost your first 3 games. Then you win against the Chargers. Then you lose to the Saints. Then you take down the brick wall. And then you crash again, losing 3 straight again. You even lost to the brick wall, too. How do you do that? How do you embarrass yourself like this? This is just sad. I feel bad for 5 Points most of all because he has to endure all the pain. I don't because I'm just a casual. But I have to get it all off my chest because it's just absurd. Giants, You guys are an embarrassment. A flat-out embarrassment. You're 2-7. Your playoff hopes are dead. Dead in the water. Last year, you guys didn't even try. You guys got humiliated. This year is just a hazing. A hazing that we have to bear with again and again. It hasn't been the same ever since Eli Manning retired, though you guys didn't treat him any better. Jeez. All I can do is wonder if the rest of the season will be just as bad. If my shorts are of any indication, I'll say this. The Giants either need to get their act together or blow it up. I prefer the latter, because that would be the better solution. Russell Wilson ain't going to help you when your team has much bigger issues. I could be wrong. You guys are going to be going up against Chicago this Sunday, the Bears, and they're decent at 5-3. The odds are not in your favor. You may as well just pack it up and go home. But I dare you to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong so that way I can eat a big pile of karma. I'll be waiting. Besides, my expectations for you guys are really at an all-time low. How will the rest of the season go? We'll just have to see. So yeah, normally I would talk about the playthrough request update, but I gotta make it. Basically, one of my supporters, who has made numerous requests by the way, has added another request to the pile. Remember my Halloween video on the original NES Castlevania? Well, he decided to add a Castlevania game and not just any game. It's one that needs no introduction. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yeah, this is pretty much going to convince me to do the other games and add them on the channel. I mean, I may as well since I want to have a lot to add here. If you want your own request, the donation link along with the instructions are on the description below. Besides, it helps the channel, and it gives me a reason to keep on trucking, you know? Last month I had 2 real talks. This month is going to be 3. And this one is a follow-up to last month because I swear I am at my wit's end. So let's get started with the first of 3. Square Enix's denied review request. You guys know that I talked about this in last month's update, but to me, this was the point where I was just flat out done. You guys know that I take the opportunity to file review requests for games I want to show off. Sometimes I do it to raise awareness, and other times it's for games that I want to cover on YouTube. But when it comes to seeing them get granted, it's a bit random. Sometimes I get accepted. I get the video for it done, edit it up, and upload it. Simple. Other times I don't get the request and just move on. And recently, I filed a request for Ninja Gaiden 4, and at least Keymailer support was nice enough to let me know that if they're unable to provide a request, then it is what it is. I like that they raised awareness for it, and I like that it was done in a respectable fashion. But if there's one company that has given me a love-hate relationship with, it's Square Enix. These guys are the definition of what a love-hate relationship is. Most cases, I file review requests for some of their games. But chances are, I mostly get rejections than getting accepted. There are rare cases where I do get review codes from them, but most of the time, it's rejection after rejection. Sure, I can take like 1 or 2, but how would you feel when you would get rejected about 15 times? I kid you not. That's how many times I was denied a review code for them. Let's go down the list because I'm showing it right now. See this screenshot? Okay, let's get on with it. First, Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Denied, even though I did plan on buying the game on Switch. I will say that I threw a massive fit over it to the point 2 idiots on Twitter dunked me and called me names such as toxic and entitled. I even got kicked out of the Backlog Battle Discord server because some moderating idiot didn't like me ranting about it. Lexi, Auntie, if you're watching this, then I'm sorry I got kicked. What can you do? Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. Denied. Despite the fact that someone really wants me to play this game. And I will make good on my promise. Count on it. Dragon Quest III HD 2D. Like with 1 and 2, denied for PS5. I bought the game on Switch, did a playthrough. Check my playlist. Life is Strange Double Exposure. Denied. Dodged a bullet because that game sucked. Visions of Mana. Denied. Bought my copy, did a playthrough of the game. I even platinumed it. Saga Emerald Beyond. Denied. Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince. Denied. Was able to get a copy as a Christmas gift, but I wish I could just do a playthrough already because I feel like I broke a promise. Star Ocean The Second Story R, denied. Romancing Saga Minstrel Song, denied. Harvestella, denied. Got a copy as a gift from a friend. Neo, The World Ends With You, denied. I wish I would have gotten it cheaper instead of paying full price. Nier Replicant, denied, despite the fact that I would end up being accepted for Nier Automata on Switch. Also, I bought Nier Replicant, because why not? Outriders, denied, good riddance. Balan Wonderworld, denied, dodged a bullet on that, thankfully. Marvel's Avengers, denied. My copy of it was given to me digitally as a gift. Why am I telling you this? Because it gets tiring. Tiring to apply again and again only to experience the same thing over and over. I mean, when I got an email from Xsola, aka Rainmaker, it just hit me to the point where I just had enough. Unfortunately, you weren't selected for the campaign this time, but don't be discouraged. Your passion for gaming is clear, and there are plenty of opportunities ahead. I get this a lot, and all it does is make me wonder if it's worth continuing, especially when it comes to Square Enix games. These guys just want to rub it in my face saying, you didn't get in, tough shit, deal with it, buy the game if you want to experience it. That pissed me off. I legit went on a full-blown tirade on Twitter. I had to write down all my feelings about it because that was the last straw. I was livid, and seeing other creators get their copies from Square Enix, and I don't, simply grinds my gears. Seriously, I haven't done the grind my gears thing in a long time, and I really want to do one someday. Point is, I was mad. I was livid, and no matter what I said, it felt like those content managers wouldn't listen to anything I said. It's as if they knew I was too much of a liability to them. I don't really know because these guys haven't given me an answer. A straight answer, actually. I doubt they'll give me one, but one thing is perfectly clear. I feel these guys think I'm not good enough to show off their games. Seriously, if they think I'm not good enough as a creator, they should just say it to me straight, instead of ignoring me. Will it risk getting me blackballed? Most likely. I mean, it's not the first time I had to deal with this. Don't forget that I am blacklisted by Arc System Works. All because I covered the story mode of BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma Extend. I can't even shorten it without getting demonetized. I don't regret it, and if given the chance, I would do it again. I was a former brand ambassador for Nintendo. They let me go, at least due to policy changes, so no harm there. They were nice enough to just say, yeah, sorry, due to changes, we gotta let you go. At least they were nice enough to that. I was kicked out of Capcom Creators, all because I didn't follow their rules. To hell with that. To hell with all the diversity, equity, and inclusion crap. Who's to say that the same will be said for Square Enix? If that happens, then I don't regret it. There's always other opportunities for me, and other developers to work with. To every developer who has given me the chance to show off their games, you have my sincere thanks. Seriously. I do what I can, and I make sure of it too. Which is why I no longer will be filing requests for Square Enix games. If I wanted to show a game off, I would buy it like everyone else would. I'm just done. I'm done with companies picking favorites. If they feel that I'm not good enough, tell it to me straight. Don't hide from me like you think you could ignore it forever. I'm right here. I ain't going anywhere. Tell me. I just want a simple answer. That's it. If I don't get one, then it proves my point. So I send this message to Square Enix and their content managers. I'm waiting, and I still will be. Now we go from one real talk to another, and this is one that is already irritating enough. The double standards have got to stop. I speak of Steam, and recently I find that these guys are being a bunch of douchebags. Recently, a Twitter account known as AftermathZGame have been talking about how Steam hasn't approved their game, Red Pine Lake. The reasoning behind it is just absolutely dumb. All because it shows a picture of a woman wearing a swimsuit and showing her ass. That's it. Just a simple image is why their page didn't get approved. That's not the end of it. Steam decided to be a bunch of hypocrites too. There was a tweet talking about it, and let's just say it only gave Steam more of a reason to get dunked on. It's not just Red Pine Lake. A lot of other games were also banned from Steam. Most recently, Majigami was supposed to be out on Steam, but for whatever reason, it hasn't come out yet. I mean, all of this started because of a couple of Australian feminist wankers started crying foul at payment processors. It then snowballed into a massive issue where they decide what we can and can't spend with our money. It's just stupid. Absolutely dumb, and Steam's not the only company that has done stuff like this. I would say the S word, but no. Don't forget that I talked about how Nintendo, especially their US branch, are a bunch of hypocrites. I've mellowed out from it because at the end of the day, they don't care at all. Besides, they want to protect their brand, when in truth it's nothing but hypocrisy. Flat out. Sony's no better, especially after 2018 when they moved their base of operations to California. Bad idea. Bad idea. Microsoft, though, less said the better. They're a shit show. Point is, this double standard has to stop, especially when it comes to games that are different. I'm tired of it, I really am. Companies like Steam, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft like to pull their double standard all the time. They're even xenophobic towards Japanese games. I'm sick of that. It gotta stop. Fortunately, Steam's getting a whole lot of flack that's well deserved. Hopefully, these guys can just stop this and actually allow games to be released. Because at the rate things are going, trust me, it's only going to get worse. I don't play Steam. I don't have a Steam Deck. But what they've done will only give me less of a reason to do so. Sheesh. Now for the last real talk, and this is one that is very recent. Truth is, I really don't know what my audience wants in terms of my content. Recently, I got a DM from Taylor Hoyt on Twitter. Before I explain, please do not attack this person whatsoever. He was blunt, and I appreciated what he said. He provided a critique for my channel, and I don't want anybody attacking him for it. It ain't right. Point is, I replied to one of his tweets, and he DM'd me. What he told me was a bit brutal. Essentially, he said that the way I do things is not doing well anymore. Nowadays, content has to be edited because it's all to appeal to idiots with brain rot. Videos have to be shorter just so you can have a high click-through rate or CTR. They have to be engaging, exciting, something to keep viewers hooked. That's the norm on YouTube, especially since they changed their algorithm in the mid-2010 that pushed stuff like Let's Plays out. Honestly, I hate it. I'm not a fan of it, and it goes against everything I represent as a content creator. Don't get me wrong, I did appreciate his criticism. But I do not want to change to appeal to people who can't handle long-form, unedited videos. I don't want to change how I do things, just so I can be like every other creator that does it. No way. I don't want that. I don't want to change what kept me going for 19 years. I don't want that. I like doing long-form videos. Sure, sometimes it can get dull, but at least it shows. That, and I don't have the time to actually go deep into editing. I suck at editing. I suck at editing. I only do the bare minimum because it's what I do. I don't have an editor, nor can I afford one. My YouTube revenue is proof of that, by the way, and I upload 2 to 3 times a day. I'm consistent. Not only that, but he mentioned that I do all sorts of games, and that I attract different audiences with different results. Not my fault I like to do all sorts of games. Why does it matter? He also said that I should stick to one thing and not do a whole bunch of things. I can't do that either. So yeah, this brings up my issue. I legit don't know what my audience wants. My audience is small. I get very little comments on my newer videos, and the ones that I do get are from my older stuff. They're what keeping this channel going. If it wasn't for that, my channel would have been dead. So yeah, that's what frustrates me most of all. Sure, I want to grow as a creator. I've hit 46,000 subscribers. I grow so slow that it's just sad. And yet I see others get to grow at astronomical paces. To be fair, they found what they're good at and stuck with it. Good for them. Me? I don't want to change for the sake of appealing to brain-dead dimwits. I want to do what I love and get rewarded for it. Does it make me entitled? Yeah. Do I care that I continue to do what I do? Yes. Do I know that inevitably my channel will die? Yes. I've been doing this for 19 years. All I can do is just ride the waves until the end. It's only a matter of time. Not a matter of if it ends, it's when. I just want to keep doing what I like and not have to worry about what other people think of me. I do appreciate Taylor Hoyt critiquing my channel. But I cannot take his words to heart because that goes against everything I stand for as a content creator. Avatar Yaya told me that when he critiqued me years back. I don't need someone else saying the same thing. I'm not going anywhere. I will just work even harder to get the job done. Even if I'm an old man waiting to die, waiting to leave this mortal coil behind. The world's already gone to hell. How worse can it get? Maybe much worse after Election Day. I figured I would have it up on the 5th of November. I'm slacking off and I need to fix that. Honestly. But yeah, I'm done with this update. It's a big one because I got a lot to say and a lot to express. Will things get better here? Maybe. But given that I get little interaction and the like, probably not. It got me thinking that even though I upload consistently every day, I get very little to show for it. YouTube basically screwed creators like me, and Game Theory's video on why Let's Plays are dying is proof of that. I can care less what that video thinks of it. I'll still keep going until the day I die from this wretched world. Hard work pays off. It's a pity that YouTube doesn't give me the appreciation for it, honestly. I always say this many times over, and I will say it again. If you enjoy this video or any of my content, please be sure to do these 5 things. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. It helps a lot, especially hitting that thumbs up button. I actually want this in every single video to do well in the algorithm. More people liking and commenting means that I can get this video out there. Do you want to be more awesome? Please consider becoming a channel member. We only have 2 members currently, and we still do. I wish we could have more. Besides, more members means you guys get shoutouts at the end of every video I upload, and I mean every video. It's only $5 a month. Not so hard. If you can't, you can always donate to my PayPal. I am still open for playthrough requests, but they're going to be on hold until things settle down. So if you're interested, you can donate there. Be sure to read everything in the description. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Will 2026 be my last year? I don't know. I have no answer for that. And yet I'm the one that'll have to make the toughest decision of my life.